Oh, it's a package. But you know what there isn't? No more Jetta, right? So I went this morning, picked the trailer up, took it in myself, got a whopping $104 for it. So there's almost part of me that wonders if that guy that they said 150 realized that, oh, we're not going to make any money off that, and just told his driver, you know, don't bother, because they don't give a crap, right? So the place that I went that's closest to me paid 80 bucks per gross ton for sheet, which is what they charge cars as. And then I thought that was a huge ripoff, and I called the place that's further away after I already got paid out, of course, because I didn't care, and they were only 100 for a gross ton. So prices just suck right now. You bring your whole crappy car in, like I could have thrown that engine in there, it would have gotten me maybe another $10. So I'm glad I kept that one. Either way, it's not here, it's not taking up space, it's not stressing me out. So today, suddenly, it's 64, not like last week when it snowed. So we're gonna power wash this guy off. I'll just do it right at the edge of the grass, because it doesn't matter. I'll try to aim most of the chunks towards the grass, and they can do whatever they do. I'm going to come through with a rag and wipe off as much of the big stuff as I can, but there's just no real good solution for this. And then once this is clean, we can get it off the stand, and maybe tonight I can make a goal. Well, now, yeah, I can work, because now I'm in the garage and I have light. So once the boy goes to bed, I'll come out here and see if I can't get that up on the stand, start planning some things, fold some things up, make a little more room to work, because we'll have a lot to do on the engine. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the turbo off, just because then it's out of the way for the rear mount. When everything goes back together, we'll put it in the car with no turbo on the 3 actual normal Mark II mounts. Because I think we're going to have to use a pendulum mount. So if we put it in with those mounts and have it where it's supposed to be, we can then locate the pendulum with it. So we'll visit that more later when it actually happens. But for now, let's make a little power washing video, because it's fun. And we'll see if it's a little windy. Hopefully it's not loud out. Maybe the drill trick still works. It kind of. Oh. I might have to hold the handle so it's not trying to build pressure. Okay, doing that with one arm is really tiring, but you get the idea. It's silver underneath, so we'll do the rest of it. I'm not looking for a show car really, so we'll get the bulk of it. Any little stains here and there I'm not going to worry about. All right, I'll hose down. You see quite a bit different, right? It's not, you know, there's spots where there's still some grease that, yeah, if it won't blast it off, I'm not worried about it. If I want it to be really pretty, I could grab a brush and some solvent and really go nuts. It's just not, it's not worth it, right? And the only thing you worry a little bit about is like, okay, this is just a rubber seal. Like, did I push water through? Did I ruin the seal? Like I don't know. It's already packed full of mud and dirt and shit, so who really cares? Like, see, there's a couple little spots that I missed, so maybe I'll try to clean it up some, I don't know. But this doesn't need to exist, but these bolts were quite frightening trying to take off. So I'm gonna get some penetrant on those, and then because they're going into aluminum, probably get some heat into them. We try to take them out later tonight. Let's see. So old and tons of blue Loctite, but heat took it out. So it should work for all of them, right? So that one just kind of made sure of this angle so we don't mess that sensor up. Try this one next because it's right on the end. Well, no, it's one order. That one's got its own little spot. So right there. We'll just hit that for like 60 seconds and then give it a try. Okay. Yeah, it's burning off some of the crud and nasties that are inside there that the power washer wasn't able to reach. So this one wouldn't even budge when I tried it yesterday. Oh yeah, there we go. And then you can look down this end, and that bolt is not, oh, it is turning. Yeah, it's turning. I feel like it's not turning as much as the head is, so it's kind of scary. Oh man. Yeah, so more heat, more better. Let's do it again. Okay, another 60 seconds of heat, and look at that. It's coming out easy. Like, at this point, I'd almost be willing to put the impact on it. See, it just got tight. I really don't want to snap one off. It wouldn't matter because nothing mounts over here, right? But you just hate to do that. So, here. More heat. Definitely needs more heat. So I'm just going to keep doing that 60 seconds at a time with heat until it gets tough to turn, and then hit it with more heat. Only thing, kind of watch this rubber. All that, you know, it's warm, but it's not taking the direct flame, so it's all fine. Yeah, so this is about as far as we're getting. So I sprayed some Croil in the end here with it out like this. I'm trying to work it back and forth, so I'm trying to hold on to it stuff. Yeah, so there's, ow, it's hot. See, spray that full. I can see pieces of busted up threads in there, so it's definitely fighting itself. We just want some lubrication. You know, go in, out, in, out, in, out. You know, like we used to do when we were kids. The reason I'm using this is this shouldn't snap that bolt. We want to work the thing out. We don't want to try to force it out and have it snap in half. Made it. So I bet that's hot. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Let me get the glove. Alright. I don't see any metal in there, just that ridiculous amounts of blue Loctite. I didn't know. I didn't think Volkswagen used that stuff. I wonder if this has been out when the previous owner had it. Who knows? Either way, we got one more down here. We'll see if it gives us similar problems. Looks like there might not be as much thread engagement, so we'll find out. Just going to give it a bunch of heat and go from there. Okay, given how they've been going, I gave this one 90 seconds of heat. Nope. Yes. It's moving pretty good and it flops around, so we're going to switch over to the impact. Give those threads a spot of lube. It's boiling off. Easy. Easiest one of the three. Nice. So, this thing, hot as balls, depending. Okay, no more mount. And then the mount we'll be using, I think it actually uses these 3 bolts. I think. We'll have to look. It's around here somewhere. And if it doesn't line up right, we may have to get the mount off of a Corrado, because those are the opposite. One of them, the mount's threaded, and one of them, the mount's smooth bore, and the bolts go through the mount into the transmission. I think that's the kind that we'll need. If I remember right, this one, the mount's threaded. So we'll take a look. It may be the case that we can just drill the mount out, but I think it doesn't line up right. But I don't know where the thing is, so we'll wait until we get this moved onto the floor and get the engine up and get things collapsed, and look for it then. in the daylight. 'Cause I took this engine out, knew it was dirty, and just parked it. It was kind of getting dark. Look at this, is disgusting. So I think there's going to be a lot of taking everything down pretty far, right? Like I don't want to really unmount like the pump and things like that, because even though we're due for a timing belt, we're not going to do the timing belt immediately, because I want to get it in and see it run. I don't want to have to figure out if I timed something incorrectly while figuring out if the wiring harness is wrong. Now, I was wondering why the engine stand fits so poorly. It's because I gotta get the clutch and flywheel off for that to actually reach and bolt up nice. So next step, right? So this guy has a bunch of little triple square bits, which I have in the drawer, and they should just pop off with the hand impact. Shit. Which one is it? I'm in here somewhere, I swear. What's this guy? That might be the one. Nope, too big. This may be a smaller one. Smaller than that. Yeah, here's all my sizes, so I don't have anything smaller than for the axle. Yeah, and these should be for the flywheel, and if the flywheel is bigger, you know, we got these to take care of that. So I gotta find out what size those actually are, and hopefully there's a local part, because I would hate for this to sit while I have to wait for something to get shipped. Yeah, I wanted this out there today, but the only way that's happening is if the new refrigerator gets here soon enough and I can get out of the house and hit a parts store up that actually has it. I was able to run to the store yesterday and get, this has a 6mm in it, and I had a gift card, the ones you get, like the rewards ones, for $10, but these were $9.99, so they couldn't apply the card unless I spent more than $10. So got a new set of these boys, because my old set is, I mean, years old, and there's holes in the index fingers, so when I go and grab stuff, it's hot, I always burn myself. So I think I'm gonna keep, they'll be done. Yeah, well, we won't be completely done. We'll at least do one by hand just to feel it, see how tight they kind of are. Oh yeah, they just pop right out. Somebody probably put them in correctly at the factory 8 billion years ago. So a lot of these, if you look online, are the opposite, right? It's still a 12 point, but you need the socket instead of the bit. So hopefully our clutch kit comes with the socket type and not these, but you get the idea. We'll be back. Okay, all the bolts are out. There's some pins that kind of hold it in. A lot of times it'll wiggle. There we go. You can always pry on it from the side. Usually won't hurt anything. So, yeah, a little bit of discoloration. Nothing crazy though, especially when you're talking, this has never been replaced. It's a 205,000 mile clutch with upgrades. So I don't know if that's supposed to be wavy. It looks like it is because it's on every single one. A lot of material left. This is a good little clutch. And then here is the infamous dual mass flywheel. So okay, so after consulting the internet again, there's springs on both sides, so you're supposed to go one way till you hit the springs and measure it. So if we just, this post is, you know, right about there, is a little bit past the edge of that weld, then you go the other way until you hit the other spring, and there's a tolerance for that. You know, we're looking at almost that whole weld, 15 to 30 millimeters, so this might just be right on the outside. It may be that it's fine and it's just showing wear. So we'll get our bigger bits, pop the whole flywheel off, and I don't know if we can see anything else from the back. All right, bigger gun, better, I think that's left. Yep. These need to be replaced, but they're fine. Oh, there's really no other use for them. These are bolts that I actually won't keep around. Feel goofy. I dig my old clothes out of the trash so I don't get my new ones dirty yet. We were close. Oh, ow! Oh. There we go. Oh. Yeah, we can't really see anything. Looks like there's some kind of rivet holding the two pieces together. So, yeah, we can see it. Who cares? We're not going to use it anyway. But it may not be broken, so that's good. Still looks good. I don't think this is all probably turbo leak, and this is all for me prying out like an idiot, but we can pound that flat. You're going to come off. Yeah, so we'll fix that up and clean it up. And then, you know, rear main, we're going to replace this. Just due diligence, right? It's smart to have it this far apart. We're going to probably do the seals on both sides. Probably do a new oil pan gasket, get the oil pan off, clean any sludge and nasties out. I mean, given how dirty this block is, there's just going to be a lot more cleaning and stuff than I originally thought I would do. I don't just want to put it in like this because it's disgusting. We'll make it a little more civilized before it goes in the car. So AOH long block is 300 and something, 390, 400 pounds, and I say dry, so with all the stuff on it, probably call it 500 pounds. There's a 1,000-pound stand, and we'll just say it's a 750-pound stand because that doesn't really reach anything well. It could reach, it could reach that. Not really. No, can't reach much. Everything else is tightened up. I think it'll be fine because we're not going to be doing any rotating anyway. We're seeing a spot for it to sit while we work, and we're not going to get underneath until we strip all the other stuff off, you know, whatever. So leave it chained up and let it down. Just kind of see how the stand reacts. Oh, it's tight. There we go. Yeah, stand does not care. Seems to be just fine. So I'll get this unhooked, get that big boy folded up, and see what we can do about making some more space around here. Well, I've been getting pretty long-winded lately. I think I don't want half-hour videos all the time. They just keep turning out that way. So we'll leave this here. We've got a lot of organization to do in the garage, I think, just to make working on things easier. I don't want to start removing stuff from this and have nowhere to put it and end up with just bigger and bigger messes. So yeah, we'll call it a day and do some cleaning with the radio on, and then we'll pick up when I start tearing things off the engine for real.